Hi, this is Elvira from Scrappy Mania, and today I got a very messy project. Now, I wanted to create more of these cameos. This cameo was given to me by my friend Laura from Laura Lovelace. She has a YouTube channel, and we did a swap about a year ago, or about a year ago, I believe. We did a swap, and she gave me these beautiful cameos. Now, I didn't want to use the cameo because I love it so much. I just didn't want to use it on my page. I wanted to save it. But then I saw a YouTube video on how to create molds and create your own cameos with silicone molds. And what they used was this 100% silicone, and I'll put the link on the video or who did it on the description. So I'm going to show you how I do it. Now, it does have a strong vinegar odor. The one that I bought the Ace 100% silicone. So I bought that one, and I wanted a little color, so I bought the almond color instead of the white. So, and what I did is I created the mold, so as you can see there. And then this is the cameo that came out. And it's still drying, so after it dry, I'll clean it up, and I also will paint it, and we'll see how it comes out. But I really like the cameo. Look at all the detail. And I also created a rose. Now I have this wonderful little rose. It was a button, or is a button. So I went ahead and create a mold using that button. I also have this wonderful little charm, and I also created a mold with that charm, and look at what it produced. It produced a very thin, nice little piece. It's perfect for your scrapbook. And I'm going to go ahead and paint this, and this will look very nice, kind of sprinkle around your scrapbook. So let me show you how you do this. You're going to need some cornstarch, and I do have some cornstarch here. You're also going to need some Vaseline, and I bought this new Vaseline petroleum jelly, and that's so it won't stick on your hand. And you just put a little bit of Vaseline on your hand before you start. And you also put just a tiny bit of Vaseline on your piece. Now, if you put too much Vaseline, let me show you a piece that I put too much Vaseline. I put a little too much Vaseline. As you can see, this one compared to this one, look how nice you see the image there, and look at this image. It's not quite as pretty. So that's why you got to be careful with your Vaseline not to put too much. Okay? So let's go ahead and get started with this project. You're going to need a surface and some kind of either an old credit card or one of those shopper cards that you get like from the stores. This is an old room card that I have, something that you can mix your silicone with. So you're going to take this is about 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Then you're going to take your silicone mold, and you're just going to squirt about equal amount of your silicone. And you don't want to make a lot of silicone at the same time, because otherwise it kind of dries pretty quickly. So you don't really want to make a lot. And then you're just going to knead it. Put a little bit of Vaseline. I'm going to just put a little more Vaseline on my hands, like this. And I'm going to try to use a stamp. I'm going to use this stamp and just put a little bit there. And then I am going to use, let's see, let me go ahead and use this owl. So put a little more. Now you're just going to use your hands and mix it. And you're going to put enough cornstarch so it's not as sticky. You want to cut down on the stickiness. See how it's still kind of sticky? You take a little more And put a little more. See how it's kind of sticking to my hand? You don't want that. And now notice that it's not as sticky as before. It's just like if you're doing bread dough. I'm going to divide it in two. Now I'm going to take my camera and I'm going to push it in. And then I'm going to leave this to cure about at least 6 hours. I'm going to make a little ball. And I'm going to take my little owl and I'm going to push it in my owl. And then I'm going to take a clay knife and I like to clean it a little bit using the blade. Just clean it off. And see, I should have put a little more, this one needed a little more cornstarch. It cannot be that sticky, but we'll work with it. I'll let it cure a little bit and then I'll scrape the excess. But when you do it, you make it a little less sticky. It really needs to be, see how it kind of like, even when I try to use my blade, it's not going through. Yeah, it's a little, I should have put a little more talc, but you're going to make the consistency needs to be that it's not sticky anymore. It'll still work, but this one needed a little more talc. So let me show you one that I created, that one, using this technique. And let's go ahead and use, let me wash my hands. Okay, I'm going to take some clay. This is some air dry clay. And put some clay on this little owl. And then just let it dry. And I'm going to make another one of these. And just let it dry for at least an hour and then peel it off. And you will have something that looks just like this. So I hope you liked this tutorial and thank you for watching. Bye now.